Hello Sim Racers, this is Jason for Pitlanes Sim Racing and welcome to today's video. And today's video is a head-to-head. I'm going to be checking out Automobilista 1 versus Automobilista 2 and I want to find out which sim for me has the best handling, physics and force feedback models. We're going to be taking the Super V8 around the Adelaide Street Circuit in both sim titles. I made sure that the sims are set up hardware and software wise to be as equal as possible. And we've got 3 laps on each sim to find out what we think, what we like, what we don't like. And then at the end, I'm going to try and pick a winner. Okay, let's go and hit the track. Let's go and test these 2 sims out. Okay, this is round 1 and we're in Automobilista 1 first, of course, Super V8, Adelaide Street Circuit. It's a private test, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm using the default Sim Commander 4 profile for my AccuForce direct drive wheel. In-game I've got all the canned effects, all the FX off, and the overall force feedback is set at 80%. Apart from a little tweak of brake bias back, it's a default setup. So we'll do 3 laps and I'll give you my thoughts and impressions and verdicts on the handling and the force feedback in AMS1, and then we'll move on and try AMS2 afterwards. Okay, let's get out on track. It's all very serious, look. Racing gloves.
Pit exit is clear.
Okay, through we go. Straight away. You can tell it's a big car. You can tell there's some weight and mass to the vehicle. The wheels feels heavy, feels like it's got some weight to it, you know. We'll check out some curbs. Oh, yeah, you felt that kick through the wheel as it went over those big sausage curbs. Tuck it in. Oh, straight away there, look, I snatched the front brake and the wheel went light, so I immediately knew that I was locking and I knew to come back off the brake. Of course, you've got no ABS traction control and you've got more power than grip. And that's all perfectly modelled, it's all coming through brilliantly. You can tell that this is a big overpowered car by the way it's reacting on track and through the communication back through the wheel. Tell Reza Studios really did work some magic with this title, and it'll give many a modern day sim title a run for its money. Right, let's try this high speed. Car got a little bit unbalanced, a little bit unsettled there. Why, yes. Yeah, you can feel the way it was squirming about under braking there and snatching a brake. You could feel the wheel the mass and the weight of the vehicle as it was transferring from one side of the car to the other. You could see that happening on screen, and you could feel that through the wheel. And there's the sawtooth curbs. So what we're trying to do now is get a little bit leery, see what oversteer's like. So far so good. The weight of the vehicle, the way that the weight transfer is represented is really good. You know when the car is understeering or locking up, because the wheel goes very light, very dead. Oh yeah. That wheel kicks, and you know immediately when you feel the wheel kicking out that you need to put some opposite lock on to bring the car back. Yes, yeah, you can definitely tell what the back is doing. And it's what should be savable, what feels like it should be savable, is savable. Yeah. Look at that. See? Locked up going in, so I knew the wheel had gone light, so I knew to back off. Then we had oversteer on the way out. I knew how much lock, when to put the lock on, to be able to save it and bring it back round. Now, if you used to overdrive this car in real life, you watch some of the onboard footage from, the Aussie supercars, which is what this is based on. It translates to what you see the drivers in real life doing to what you find yourself having to do in virtual life in this sim. You know that it's a big car, you know that it's powerful. And if you abuse it, you've got good physics, underlying physics model and force feedback that communicates that to you and allows you to make the correct adjustments to bring it back. All this is based on the original R Factor 1 engine. It's amazing. It really is. What they've managed to do. Well, really enjoyed that. Felt really good. I think AMS2, it's certainly got one hell of a benchmark in AMS1 to stand up against. So we'll now swap sims and we'll see what Weezy Studios have done with their new title. See you in a minute. Okay, it's round 2 and we're in Automobilista 2. Same again, Super V8, Adelaide, private test session, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, all the FX CAN effects are off, force feedback in the sim is 80%, and it's just the default profile in Sim Commander 4 from AccuFold's wheel. Tried to make the two sims as close-ish together as I can to get the best impression and of the two different sims, so well, we shall see. Anyway, when to find out, let's get out on the track. Get off with the limiter. Right. straight away, the first thing is immediately noticeable is there's a lot more information coming through the wheel. The wheel is a lot busier. What you are now getting is you're getting the information from the interaction between the car and the road surface. So not only do you know what the car is doing, but you know what the car and the track surface are doing, which is completely different to AMS1. AMS1 you knew exactly what the car was doing, but there was no information about track surface. So, oh yeah, I'm getting you know that there's a bump or a rip in the track surface. That's being fed through the car, through the physics model, and then coming through the wheel in the force feedback model. Very nice. I like that. I like that a lot. You've still got that heavy, weighty feeling to the wheel. So the mass of this car is well represented. You know that there's a lot of car that needs to be stopped. Who knew this track was so bumpy? Wow, it's almost like racing at a different track. So if you start chucking it in a little bit, yeah, if you start abusing it and highlighting the fact that this car has more power than grip, that's immediately fed back through the wheel. So the physics model is doing what it's got to do, and the force feedback model is then giving you that information. So what we'll try and do is get a little bit, we'll get some locking up going on in a minute, so we can see what a lockup feels like, understeer feels like, see how that's communicated through the wheel in AMS2 compared to AMS1. Yeah, got that lightweight. It's not a dead feeling. It's just the steering goes light. You know that you've lost the grip there, and you know that you need to come off the brake, unlock those wheels, and you feel the wheelbase weight back up again. I like that. I like that. Just as good as AMS1 there. Now, I want to try and get that back end out, but I don't want to lose it. The way the car squirms about as you try and get the power down, the work that was required by you at the wheel to counteract that. If you went to watch the real V8 Aussie touring cars, the supercars, what you'd see on board with them is what you end up having to do when you're behind the virtual wheel. Now, I always think that's a good test. If what you're doing matches what you've seen the real guys do, then you know that the physics and the handling model can't be far out. So yeah, I think it's... Do you know what? The handling and the physics are on par with AMS1. You've got the understeer, you've got the different types of curbs coming through, you've got the mass of the vehicle, the weight transference, that's coming back through the wheel at you. but you've got this added layer of track surface, the dynamics between the car and the track. That's the big difference between AMS1 and 2. Is that the track and car combination, that information, that level of information and detail is coming through. Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you lose that rear end, you know about it. You know about it. One more lap. Come on. Yeah. Tell you what, compared with Project Cars 2, which is the other game that shares this madness engine, what a difference. This, night and day. Don't think what the guys at Slightly Mad Studios managed to extract from this engine, force feedback and physics wise, was what this engine is capable of, because Reezer have just taken this engine to a whole new level, same as they did with the R Factor 1 engine with the AMS1 title. They just raise the bar, raise the expectation. That's fantastic. It's quick. The extra level of detail, the fact that the car and the track are both giving you feedback, it feels more responsive, more crisp. To me, it's a definite step forward, it's a definite step up. And after driving the two cars, the same car at the same track, across the two different sims, back to back, no fiddling around, let's go through. It's, you know, there is a distinct difference between the two. Okay, that's it, battle over. The two sims have been tested and it was close. AMS1, brilliant, as I expected it to be. They've really, got the absolute limit out of the R Factor 1 engine. And then moving over to AMS2 with the Madness engine, wasn't really sure how much of a step forward, if at all, it was going to be. And once again, Reezer Studios have come up trumps, turned everything up to 11, and they've taken the AMS1 physics, force feedback and handling model and just added an extra level of detail, responsiveness to it, and they've now included that the interaction between the car and the track, and it makes the car and the environment feel that much more alive. And I think that one feature alone for me gives it the edge. So I've got to say, around the Adelaide Street Circuit in the Super V8, this time round the winner is Automobilista 2. Can't wait to find out what you think in the comments down below. Always interested in a nice healthy debate about what you think is right, what you think is wrong, and which one of the two titles you think should be the winner. And we'll see. Okay, in the meantime, thanks for watching. As always, please, if you could like and share the video so we can get it out there to as many sim racers as possible, that'd be fantastic. And in the meantime, I want to say, race hard, but race fair. See you later.